showing signs of life, but I'm not sure at this point. That's an enormous amount of data. I don't know, are we on right now? I hope we are. Well, let's see, I hope it's all right. We're still going to have we're anyway going to have a break in a couple minutes. So it's a good time for you to take a little break, take a little breather. Look around, find a new inspiration. I should probably, yeah. Let me move this a little bit more up. Oh, I love these easels. It's old school, you can't get these anymore. So even if you have like canvas this big, it's easy to manipulate with because it has like these cranks, levers, and pulleys. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool way to work. Yeah, I'm still checking that composition. I need something darker right there. That's cool. And something dark coming here. Where is my charcoal? I need a little bit more darkness coming here down, like this. From here, I can feel it that that's just, a little bit more of that environment there. To create a little bit more interest. Yeah, way better. And then I need to, maybe if I just connect them like this, it might be enough. I don't know. Let's see. If I go down and then up, down, like so. Maybe that might work. Yeah, this might actually work. Let's see. That's my connection. I don't think we'll be able to stream today. Really, really low. And it's dropping like crazy. I don't know, how are we doing? Is it working? I believe the stream is just up and down, up and down. No need to explain, we understand. So I'm glad that you guys still, that we got into reconnection a little bit. I think this might actually work very well. I think. I'm starting to feel a little bit more the figure underneath, right? So it's just not. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Excuse me. Nice. I think that we're good. I think we are good. Okay, I'm just gonna move forward a little bit because I'm still not sure about my main figure. Here will be this, here will be this, okay, and this will be the across. going like so, maybe. Not even touching, maybe he's, because I like to keep it in the air rather than touching here. Maybe we could have it in the air. Yeah, definitely. I think that's better. It doesn't look right now. It doesn't look right. Not that it will be composition, it's fine, but the fact is that if the cross is here, it's gonna go across his, but then I have to put it really higher up, here maybe even, right? Because it has to be in front of him. When we speak in terms of, maybe this is good actually. When we speak in terms of perspective, right? So I could push it here, being like this. Yeah, this might actually work. He's holding it here, right? This is where his hand goes, and there's going to be a maybe elbow right here. But then in that case, I have to put it into the ground. I have to put it here because he's kind of balancing on it. Yeah. It's too close to him right now, so I have to push it a little bit more. Okay. This is really the fine-tuning of that figure, and I think that the moment I fine-tune that figure, I can move to another one. Because right now it's too much, too close to my taste. So let's just put the darkness here. It's going to be a little bit light here. Could be a darkness here, and his hand could be right here, like so, and the crest right there, and crest right there. Yeah, definitely better. Right here and right here. Yeah, now we're where we want it to be. So there's going to be this. He's holding it nicely. So this is where my hand is going to be. This is where his shoulder goes. Around here, like so. So I can show this. It's going up and back, or maybe even this way. Here. And this could be dark values. Like so, yeah. Yep, a little better. He's a little closer. And it has to be a perfect hand right here, because that's going to determine a lot. And there has to be a plane break, and then I have to push these figures here to balance it out. So let's maybe push this figure a little bit. Let's see if I have the old sketch for that particular fella. I don't know, actually this guy, I need this guy a little bit more. But he's too big here. His head cannot be bigger than this. Maybe even smaller. Alright, so I have this. It needs to be and you see right now again there's a, I moved this, so this figure maybe could go a little bit more this way. Something should probably be here as well. Maybe even another figure. Yeah, let's draw this guy right here. Тут на кроку. Here he can have a right, so I'll just make him. Let me see if that's appropriate size first. Yeah, I think that works as appropriate size. I'll be right back. I'm just going to wash my hands because I want to get a little bit more tea. So give me a sec. I'll be right back. Hey DM, good to see you here. Thank you. I'm working on it. I'm just moving things around a little bit, so it's interesting to see how it's changed from your original idea. Well, it's not that far away. I'm still trying to keep the the overall shapes there, but then like we talked about a lot, within those shapes I'm trying to redesign it to get a little bit more of that, the feeling of the um, 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 urgency, or I don't know how to say it. So they came, because that was the idea of this is specifically, I'm showing here part of a fortress. I'm sorry, fortress, that it's right around that area where they kind of where they show up. It's the a specific river here. It's called Danube, very famous a river in Europe. It's really big. It actually runs through multiple countries, and it's actually part of a border between Slovakia, Hungary, and Austria. And this is exactly that spot right there, where all these three countries meet. So it's kind of just showing that it's right now that way, but it used to be kind of a one kingdom, Great Moravia at that time. So I'm kind of showing that, giving a little bit more of a context of what and where they are right now. So this is a little bit more kind of a historic thing, a little bit more. It has a little bit more of that a specific historical place, right? Whereas before I was thinking more about that they could be anywhere, but this idea was a little bit more something a little different. I'm not really necessarily opposed to this that much, but I want a little bit more of that kind of a dreamy thing. But this is still very cool for me to actually do, even, it's different kind of a challenge, I think, for me, to get it a little bit more specific, because again it requires, I will have to do right now a little research on how that actual castle looked, and that's just a little something a little extra that I have to research. And I remember that it's right exactly around the Danube when these countries kind of we have to create something. And then again, since this is a painting, I don't want to have like a something that is repeating itself, so I'll have to figure it out how to create something a little bit more, maybe multiple mountains here, right? Or not even, those are like little hills, so they will overlap each other. So I'll keep the diagonal, but create a little bit more interest, right? So they are more like this, a little bit more kind of a landscape. I'm not necessarily a landscape artist, so I'm looking forward to see what I'm going to do. I have to channel my inner Leviathan inside. You remember we talked about the landscapes and the great landscape painters. Why is my camera not working again? What's going on? Well, we don't need that camera actually that much, because I'm going to be working only with the charcoal right now. So whatever. I'm surprised that actual because internet connection is incredibly unstable here. So I'm worried that we won't have a proper stream. But I'm working on another solution, so we'll see what's gonna. I'm looking forward to see how that's going to work. So I have a figure right here. Then I need another figure here. That I have to develop. And then it's just going to give me a chance to move this guy a little closer here. And then this is going to be again a land behind, right? So like a nice kind of a landscape again that is in the distance. Um, no worries. I'm curious about that. What are you curious about? Tell me more. What's on your mind? What's happening? I still don't have other students around. Don't they mind you talking, by the way? There is no one here right now, so I can talk. So we're good for now. We're good. But I was actually earlier. I was explaining that when someone is going to show up, because today is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. I wish I could show you. Well, let me a little bit. Maybe let me play a little bit since we have a little fun. Let me show you my view from a window, so you know what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can make this happen. Make this work. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. So we'll have to wait a little bit because I have to put my cell phone on charger. So what? So let me just go over this real quick one more time before I. So, like, just a quick overview one more time. So, this is a shared studio. Yes, you're absolutely right. There are just the walls. We have the same ceiling, same lights. The problem is that when someone wants light, it's going to turn all of these. So, I'm trying to come early morning and start working before anybody shows up. But today, since it's a really, really beautiful weather, it's Saturday. People are outside having fun. They're in parks. They are, walking around because my actually view is directly to a Hermitage. I see Hermitage. I see something that's called Admiraltiestvo, which is kind of that was the main building when they were a long time ago. That's a main academy for Navy here in St. Petersburg. It was built or commissioned by Peter the Great, or the actual it's called St. Petersburg because he created this city for as a capital city, and he was inspired by these beautiful cities in Europe like Rome, Italy, and France, Paris, and then Amsterdam in Netherlands actually, and then he actually invited all the kind of I would call them scientists, but all the smart people from Italy, France, and they help him to build the huge fleet. It was just that there are so many the history. Even though this city is not that old, around 350 years, it has such a powerful history. There's so many things to explore. And I was also talking about the school because the school is enormous. We have a separate parks. We have a separate like a place where we have horses. If we want to paint horses outside, we have our own museums. We have our own museum with sculptures that you can draw from, which are replicas of all these Egyptians. I'm sorry, even Egyptians, but also Greek and then Roman sculptures. We have a lagoon directly right here in the school, so we can just go and check. Replica, of course, but really, really good one. And it's open for students. Then we have our own private a church right here in the building. We have our own what do you call it, like a enclosed park and so on and so forth. It's just so much to see here. So I hope I will have a chance to do a little virtual tours for you. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I only hope that our internet connection is going to survive, because that's right now the biggest problem. But I'm working on it slowly. I'm just trying to make sure that we have at least some kind of a connection. But most important is to to make sure that I have this painting ready for the diploma. So that's going to be right now the main thing, main focus. Excuse me. I'm really sick. Let me just turn off the mic for a second. So. I'm sorry, you don't need to hear me blow my nose into a microphone. That's not necessarily something to something pleasant. And I'm also trying to record all these sessions, so finish it because I said so. That's so cool. I'm glad that you're back, DM7, because that's what I needed. A little push. Little push. And actually, the camera on the palette that I have through my phone, it ran out of battery, so we have to wait a little bit to charge it. But it's going to be up and running in no time. Oh, I have tea ready. Tea is on my side. I have a oolong with something that's called gentian. I don't know how it's called in English. It's like a special, very aromatic flower. It's really, really good. Feel better soon? Yeah, I will. I thank you. I will make sure that next week I'm like in full, because I have to do my for visa and for students that they're staying longer than 90 days, which I am at this point because of the exam that are in it's going to be probably in July, so it's going to be more than 90 days. I have my health exams that I have to do, so I'm just going to go to a doctor, and we're kind of postponing it as much as we can so I can pass those health exams. It's a mandatory for everyone, every foreign student, or everyone who's staying in Russia longer than 90 days. It's kind of a rules. So jasmine tea, maybe? No, it isn't jasmine. It's a. I'll find that later. It's just the problem is the internet right now. The moment I'll start Googling something, we're probably going to lose the connection again. So I'm trying to be very, how would I put this? I'm trying to be mindful about what I'm going to do with internet. It's just, combination of an old building and me trying to, because it's also it's expensive. Me trying to kind of make sure that I'll have enough resources to survive here. So anyway, let's not talk about my financial situation. That's not really that's definitely not going to cheer us up. Okay, so I'm continuing with the composition. I need to put the figure there because, and you can see I'm trying to make it really like almost like a stand. It's like a kind of a standing out. Interesting. What kind of a health do they check? I never knew it was part of the process. I think it's like the main things. It's like whether or not you are, for these diseases like HIV or STDs, and for ones like what is the name? Not diabetes. It's a it also type A, type B, type C. What's called? It's like a very very bad disease. I don't remember. It's just so I don't bring some diseases from different countries, different countries. And also it's like for I'm going to do an X-ray of my lungs for pneumonia, and like things that could actually, because I'm going to be living in a dormitory with other students, so and that's a big group of people, so I don't spread some kind of a disease, and they don't have like a they don't close the whole dormitory. I think it's a standard procedure. I don't think it's anything like kind of a. I think it's because of all these pandemic things that were happening. So they're trying to kind of protect students as much as they can. That's what I choose to believe that it is. Hopefully they're not going to insert any chips in me, right? Oh, that's a joke. It's a joke. So going back to composition, you can see again my problems with my brain. Like you see this distance and this distance, it's practically the same, right? So right now I have to figure something out. So perhaps I'll move this guy this way, and he's going to be here, and there's going to be this guy going this direction here, more like this shape, triangular. So I'm going to repeat a little bit of that. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That might work, right? That might work. And the reason why I want to kind of create the feeling that kind of he's alone. It's not like anything like a menace or anything like that. It's more like a compositional thing. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I want to counterbalance that much of attention right there with something a little bit more, again, not as big, not as powerful, but something that will kind of off balance that amount of oh man, I'm not used to the studio, so I'm just I'm hitting all kinds of stuff around here. So if I fall down, don't worry. It's due to like I'm in my studio. I can set up things that I want, since this is a borrowed or shared space. I can't really do whatever I want here. But okay, so we have this. We move the figures. They have a flow certain right now. I like how it moves from left to right. It's a little too static here. It's a little too static here, so I have to figure something out there. Maybe also give him, maybe he could have also a icon, or he could hold, this guy actually could be the one that we had on the side, holding that. Oh, he could be holding an icon. Oh yes, now we're talking, guys. Now we're talking. So these are going to be the icon holding guys. Check this out. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, there's everything has its meaning. Don't worry, we will clip it. Okay. Just don't trip and fall down. Yeah. Hopefully, I won't fall out from the window. It's kind of a. It's fun. It's funny because I'm on the third floor, but it's almost like a fifth or sixth floor, because every floor is like 2 stories high. I mean, right now the ceiling, it's like twice. as big as in my studio in Slovakia. It's crazy how high ceilings are here. They'll show you the corridors, the walls, the halls. It's crazy. It's beautiful architecture. I will definitely post them on Discord. That's going to be something that is going to be, I think, pretty cool to see. Okay, so we can give them that, yeah, that icon right there. It's pretty cool. Yep, that might be working very well actually. Yeah. I need to insert this here. Just give me a second. I want to make it a little bit more, because I'm using a notebook right now, and I don't have a keyboard to it, and I don't want to get it the dust from the charcoal in, so it's a little bit difficult for me to manipulate things right now, but let me see. Okay. Where the heck is wagon cart? Oh yeah, what a long way to fall down. Good question. Talking Princess is a really good question. Where the heck is wagon? Wagon is right now in a different painting in Slovakia. I tell you where the wagon is. I was flying here and it's on the way. Don't worry, it's gonna be here in 3 months. It's taking a while. I don't know right now if that. Let me see. Let me check my. Let me copy my. God damn it! I hope I didn't break my iPad. This is just a. This is not really an ideal place to work, I have to say. My ghetto studio. Do you want to see that? Just to show you what I'm doing here. This is my improvised. So my iPad is kind of balancing right here. It's kind of funny. So this is how I work right now. It's not really the ideal conditions, but I don't have any furniture here yet. So it's not really the best way to work, but you know, it's a ghetto. We love ghetto setups here. You know me. That's just that's my signature thing. Signature thing. There. This is crazy. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for the. I have to. Yeah. Okay. Well, don't go anywhere. Yeah. Okay. But let's put it this way. Let's follow the initial idea with that little. Set it on the set it on the easel behind you, where where the painted. Yeah, I know what you mean right here, but it's already dirty because this just it's just a plain, it's just a plank of wood, and my pigments are starting to sink in, so it's like it's all oily, so I can't set it up there. I was thinking about that, but not. Or maybe I could do this. Perhaps that's gonna work for now. But then where am I going to put this? It's gonna be right here. I want to get it. All right. Good thinking. Now we're talking. Okay, so let's put it this way. It's under the angle and it's going to go this way, like so. It could be here. Yeah, that's nice. That's what I'm talking about. But then I have to change a little bit of that book, because right now we have the same kind of a be this way than the book with the language, and it seems like they're starting to be the same size, so maybe I could just go a little lower, so this is going to be a little bit more like so, or maybe it could go a little higher behind him, and then a little lower here, and then there's going to be another figure right here. Like so, and the third one right there, and then one in the middle. Okay, yeah. Yep. We're getting somewhere, and he's going to be holding it right here with his hand, and then we could make like a little darker value here again. And that will give him a little bit more interest right here, right? So we have kind of a, we're moving through the iPad is expensive. AF, yeah, it is. And it's getting more and more expensive actually every day. In general, I just realized that, not just realized that, lately I was just thinking about, because I needed a computer to get, to actually work from here so I can stream. Apple products are extremely expensive. I was not aware of that. Well, I haven't been purchasing them, every year. So I actually, for the longest time, used my sister's old MacBook from 2015, I think. That's what I was using, but yeah. And maybe he could have something in his hand as well, to get a little bit more interest there, because I felt that it's just, just repeating the same thing a little too much, or, not necessarily repeating, it's kind of boring. So I'm trying to invent. You know me, I can't stop inventing all the time, some crazy stuff. But there's a hand, he might be holding something. And then this could be maybe, that could work. So he's holding it here. This is his hand. It has to be really nicely painted, because these are kind of like a main things that people are going to be not necessarily judged, but they're going to be like, presented with first, So that's going to be a lot of stuff there. And then I have to get rid of this because right now that's what bothers me visually, right? That was the previous iteration of the. Okay, so right now we have this. Yeah, I think this is a better rhythm. And this one actually could go this way. He could be holding it and having it this way. Also maybe some kind of a symbol or something right there. Yeah. So I'm kind of framing them a little bit. Yeah, that might be working. So there's going to be a slightly darker value here because that's going to be a land behind, like a land mass. All right, it's going to be right here. And then there's going to be another figures right here. And these figures are a little bit more like this way. According to a historical kind of a information there was a, because they came from a Constantinople, so they were kind of considered as a you know, as a different kind of a Christian religion, and not necessarily different kind. What would be the right word? Historically, the problem was that part of the Great Moravia was under influence of Roman Roman Church or Roman Christianity, and they came from Constantinople, which is kind of a Byzantine empire, slightly different. Well, in that age, they were still together as one religion. These days are completely different. These days, not completely different. These days they are Orthodox and Catholic, I think. But what I'm going to say is that these two figures right here in the corner, these are under the influence of Roman Church, and they are under Constantine and Cyril and Method or Constantine. They were from that Byzantine Empire, and that's when actually these problems started, because they were kind of fighting for the influence, and it was kind of a beginning of the end, and it was or actually not the end. It was the beginning of that schism. Kind of a first a big problem was that the Pope allowed actually that language being a part of a liturgy. That means that they were able to use it in the church, which was kind of a big no-no. So we have this, that kind of works. Let me give him a little bit more of that. Like a little sleeve right here. Someone is coming, so I might start being quiet. Maybe not in this studio, perhaps. Not to here, so that's cool. So we have another person right here holding something in their hands. Hard to say what, something. Right, and this could be kind of a dark value right here. Right, because these are darker figures. And there's another person right here holding it. And then maybe someone behind here as well, like a third one. I like to do this one in front of the other because it nicely shows that a separation there. Plus, I don't want to match this, right? So two figures, one figure, two figure, you know. So I want more heads right here, like a bigger group of people. Maybe someone could be here all the way in the back. Maybe I'm just, you see, like I'm just playing with the shapes right now. Nothing is set in stone. Well, never. It's in my case, nothing is ever set in stone. But I'm thinking how to show this kind of a. Yeah, maybe this way. We're gonna actually determine a lot. Right now I just feel that that foot might be actually go a little bit more here. I don't know. It's just something is about that foot that I don't like that much. So let me see. Let me move it a little bit more forward. Right now it's too small. That's okay. But maybe it's in the right. Could it be in the right place? I guess it's time for me to start paint or drawing a little bit more, determining this guy right here, because I think that's the problem right now, that I don't see this shape. So, and again, you remember my pet peeve, or I don't know how to even say it. I'm kind of being afraid of, not afraid, not even procrastinating, but avoiding a certain sections and areas because I don't have it figured out yet perfectly. But right now, there's no time for that, so I have to tackle all the problems immediately, because there's going to be no time for me to correct them later or figure it out them later. And I want kind of a nice shape, and I want to see it. Maybe a little higher. Maybe go a little higher. Yeah, so it doesn't seem that far away from him. I don't know. Maybe I should keep it. Let's see. Let's put it one more time the way that I intended it first time. Even though I like this, there is something that kind of bothers me about that, because then I would have to change him a little bit more, like his body and the rotation of his body, almost. So if I show him here, and then the other foot is here, this being blown away this way. This is not bad either, because I have that swoop there. Yeah, and less complication with a foreshortening. Let's do this variant as well, so I can see it a little bit more. Because I really liked his hand here holding that. The cloth there. It kind of gave him a and then I like the book being open, because it's a little bit more like a, you know, some like in the theme. Yeah, I don't know, his head is way too big, so let's work on that head a little bit. maybe I could push it a little lower. A book, I mean. I remember when I was painting this guy for the first time, I spent so much time painting it, repainting it and redraw it. It caused me a lot of issues, and then when I fit it perfectly, then the figure next to him was just pretty bad. When it comes to time to paint this, how do you paint that with so much charcoal on there? I'll take something that's called fixative, or you can use a hairspray, and I will cover it with a hairspray, and it's going to be a little sticky. And after, I will just wipe the excess charcoal, and I will still see. I'm doing this only because I want to show to my master, so he knows that the process was there. So I'm doing it very quickly, and it's kind of crude. Otherwise, I would have painted directly with the pigment. I wouldn't even bother with the charcoal. I would just paint directly. But there are ways. So I'll definitely show you. I'm just gonna go maybe even today grab a that fixative, it's called, I think, or you can use whatever hairspray you have. It's just going to only, you don't use a lot. It's almost like I put it on the floor, ideally when it's a smaller, and just spray it from the top, and as it slowly falls down like rain, it's just going to create like a really thin layer, and some of the charcoal is going to stay, and then I'll just wipe it completely, the excess charcoal, because I don't need it there, and then I'll just start painting on top of it. So these are like a very, very simple ways to do that. I don't necessarily recommend it, do it all the time, because you don't want to have a lot of charcoal there, just so you can keep the kind of a nice layer, but it's not that big of a deal. I think, I hope. No, it's not big of a deal. Some say, I don't know what's that. There's always going to be a discussion between scholars about whether or not to use that kind of a, in between layers of something sticky, so the pigments bonds better. I heard multiple different iterations or stories. What should we do and what we shouldn't do? I don't really know. Where the truth lies. Well, based on like just a general principle, it's if you, ideally, they used to do it with ink. So you would like do the charcoal drawing, and then you would take a very thin layer, very thin point with ink, and just ink the outlines that you need, and then wipe the charcoal completely, and then start painting on top of it. That was just like an old school method. French academics used to do that. But then again, you're bound with that kind of a painting in between the lines, so I don't like that. And you can even see me that I'm with the charcoal, I'm painting like I'm drawing like with a brush, because I'm not really necessarily worried about anything except the fact that I want to have things, the relationship between the shapes on the right spot. So as a two-dimensional shape, as a composition, so it works the way that I want to. And then I'm going to have a value working, and then also a color working with the composition, right? So we're just going to hit it with that light, right? So the diagonal is going to be a light spot right here, light spot right here, light spot right here, a hand, and then his face, and then the cross. So there's going to be that diagonal of light, right? Or not light, the brightness, the biggest saturation. Remember, we talked about this And then the value, I'm going to use the value of the sky to create the opposite diagonal. So everything is just going to kind of merge into here because these are the focal points, right? And I also put the, I also, what would be the word? I also compose them so they are kind of in that, because this one right here where his eye is, it's a third, right? If I divide the canvas on thirds horizontally and on thirds vertically, this would be like the intersection of 1/3 of the canvas, right? So they used to do this grid like photographers. It's like a very simple compositional setup, like very pleasing. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much and my throat is starting to hurt. Right, I think that his foot right now needs to go a little bit more forward. I liked it in the back. Right now I want to get it, because it was a different, it changed kind of a setup. So maybe I'll push it all the way here, where it was previously. I don't know. I have to figure that out. I wish I could rotate it, the canvas. I probably should. Take a voice, take a voice break if you need to. Yeah, yeah. And I like to. Here's the thing. I'm talking to you, but that's what is in my head anyway. That's what I'm thinking about. It's just a lot of that dust from a charcoal in the air right now, and it's really, really warm here. Really, really warm. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the little, I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be right back. And I'm going to show you what I see from my window. Give me a second so you guys have a little bit more excitement. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Let me just turn on my secondary camera. Is it even going to work? I don't know. Let me see. Okay. All right, I think we are on. Yeah, so this is what I see from the window. Let me just get you a little. This is my window. Pretty cool, I must say. This is our park for the academy, and you can see in the back. Let me maybe make a larger window so you guys can see better. Okay, let me see if you guys, this is going to be probably better. So this is from the academy. I'm trying to reach my hand outside of the windows because there are really, really thick walls here. So this is the very famous Isakievsky Sabor. It's probably one of the biggest. This is already wall. I can't really show you more because my arm can't reach that much. This is all Neva, a very important river. And as we go to left, you can start seeing probably right now in the back with the kind of a golden reflection. That's Hermitage, the very famous museum where there's a lot of Rembrandt, probably one of the biggest collection. And then we have like this building behind the park. It's something that's called Menshikov Dvorec, and that was actually a administration building. It was a house of mayor of St. Petersburg in the time of Peter the Great, and this is our small park right here for the academy and also for people, right? So this is what we do here. This is where my temporary studio is. So I hope that you enjoyed the little improvised how would I call it? A little improvised tour of what I see from a window. So how can you paint, draw, and not sit back, enjoy the view? You know what? That's a you're DM. You're just that's the problem. I just want to enjoy. I want to be outside. I want to actually have fun as well. But right now, this is what I have to do, and there's going to be time for having fun later. I hope. I hope that that's what's going to happen. Oh, there's not only that. There's we can get on the roof. We can see it from the roof. There's so many hidden spots here in the academy that I would love to show you later on. I won't be able to stream it directly, most likely, but I will do like a short videos and then post them on YouTube and also on our Discord. So hopefully I'll have time to do that later on. But now this is the main main object, main idea. Let me put the camera back since it's charged a little bit. So that's why no students are here right now, because who wouldn't want to be in the studio when you have something that beautiful outside, right? Just set it up. Oh, that's my sketch right there. Or actually, we probably don't need this right now, so I can get rid of the camera so it can charge itself. So we're good. And it's better for me to have it on this side. So I'll just move this right here. So I can see the painting with no interruption. So it doesn't block your view either. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Cool as a cucumber. Nice. Now we're talking. Okay, we can continue working. Okay, so I have these guys. I have those guys right there. Yeah. Right now I need to make this portrait. His hand, the book, and the legs, and we're pretty much ready with the preliminary sketch. It doesn't take that long, you know, because I knew what I'm doing. Not that I know what I'm doing. I mean, I know what I want to draw, so it's not like the exploration. Let me just so I don't drop that. Yeah, because I've painted this already, and I'm starting to remember what was happening there and why I was painting certain things certain way. The other thing that bothers me is that my nose and my throat is just not only swollen, but it's just incredibly what would be the word, like dry, like a Sahara desert. And it's just I'm waking up like 3 or 4 times during the night. And I want to be done with this charcoal because I don't want more of that dust to be in the air. So maybe I could right now drop this down a little bit. Oh, I love this so much. It's so cool. Perfect. I need easel like this. They don't make easels like this anymore. I need some cough drop candy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, not that was I'm thinking. I was eating it for a whole week, and it's just it's not good to take it in the like a prolonged time. So I took a break also with like the nozzle or the nose spray, because I heard that that's the pretty good addiction right there. So I have to be careful with that. But you're absolutely right. I was actually using that and thinking about that. I'm impressed that you are up and painting. Sometimes when I feel horrible, I just don't do anything. He's under stress, well, excited. Yeah, it is. Yes, no, I just, it is a thing. I mean, sometimes, and I don't know, maybe you have I'm pretty sure that you have a similar experience. Sometimes you just work very freely and to the point immediately when you're sick, because you don't have that much time to waste, and you don't want to waste it because you're sick. You just want to get things done. So yeah, and then plus there is a special plan that I have to, not the special plan, I have to follow a certain time frame right now, because my master expects me to show him every time a new stage of a painting, because so much only just how would I put this? It's just my brain is just not working. The thing is that my master expecting me to deliver every day something new, because of so much that I missed while I was gone, right? So he's very considerate, but then when it comes to work, You just have to, you have to perform. There's no other way. And you don't perform, you don't, like, why are you here? So, no pressure, right? It's all right. It's all good. We're gonna manage. I would like the master to kick my butt. I'm a little lazy and slow to start. Just a second, someone's just coming in. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I was just another student from a different studio. They were looking for someone else. That he's not here though. All right, let's paint with the fingers a little bit. It's going to be very important to find that beautiful silhouettes again. Remember, not obsessed, but I really like a nice silhouette. It's my pet peeve. I don't know how to say it. That's something that I like to do. And then let's go this way and out. I just don't remember who was I using for reference for this head. It was so long. It was probably someone from my classmates because I was painting this a long time ago. Excuse me. Yeah, he's a little too wide with his head, so I have to make his head a little smaller. Where's my eraser? I don't know where there it is. Okay, a little smaller from here, maybe even thinner. I could maybe push it even thinner. This way. Yeah. Then a bit more here. Yeah, his facial features are too big. All right, so let's make it smaller. Okay, a little smaller, a little bit more towards this direction. So they have like a little more dynamic motion with their heads. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, beard might be a little too big. Maybe not. I can push it maybe a little higher. a little bit more here, this way. This bird could go a little bit more this way. Yeah, I think we're approaching that kind of a sweet spot. When it comes to the preliminary drawing, it kind of feels that these are getting where I want them to be. Maybe I could push the eyes a little higher. Yeah, that will give me a little bit more space. Nose. Yeah, that will give me a little bit more space to work with. And then nose. A little bit here, and then mouth right here in the beard. Like so. Cool. And that beard could go a little bit more this way. I can make it slightly smaller this way. I'm missing my mirror from behind to see the reflection. And right now this whole thing needs to go darker. That bothers me compositionally because there's like a white. Yeah. I feel like his eye, it's still a little too big for my taste. Nose right here. And then here there is going to be a shoulder, and then I have these little drapes right here from this side. He's going to have like this thick okay. Still the eyes are a little too big. Or eye sockets rather, not even eye sockets. I need a little bit more of a head here. It's all about that nice kind of a silhouette of that cap that they used to wear. Right, and then I have remember what we talked about, I have like here I have a dark mass against this light spot, and here I have a light mass around here, and then dark head, and then again his face is going to be illuminated here and here, and maybe on the nose a little bit, right? So just to show the three-dimensional kind of a feel to it. I can make this, and maybe it could go a little smaller here, right? So that's going to be his shoulder. So he's not that big, but the things that he's wearing are a little bit more like a with a little bit more of a volume. That's how I pictured it first when I was working on that. So here is that land mass behind that we talked about. So I want to unify it a little bit and make it really a kind of a soft. That's probably too dark for now. Maybe not. Maybe it's not too dark. It's just a too uniform. Yeah, they're starting to look pretty nice. As a, not necessarily as a drawing, truth to be told, but more as a composition. There's a lot of things that no, I knew that this is what's gonna happen. Well, oh, I'm good. It's all good. It's all good, no worries. Just don't want to. Okay, cool. I just want to see the whole shape. Okay, should probably go a little bit more this way with an eraser, maybe somewhere here. So I keep that diagonal going this way. Yeah. And also really dark right here. But that's fine. It's not necessary right now. I might take a little break, go and get that hairspray, put the hairspray on, and start actually going with the pigment and painting. I need this light value right here because that's like a it's like a sky there, if you remember, so I can divide these things a little bit. They right now looks like they have a halos around because of the erasing, right? Like especially right here, right? But that's okay. That's not a problem that much for me. I have a figures there. There might be a person right here then. Let me give him again just a visual representation and another one right here. Right, so I have these people holding this icon right here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And then this has to be all dark as well because they are darker and the book it's lighter in value, so I'm just erasing this. Привет, Оль. Ксюша тебя искала, кстати. Да, потому что она сказала, что тебя какой-то этот ну, что вы были договорены и что-то пофоткаться. Но она сказала, что все уже сделано. Буквально 5 минут назад. Да. Или 7. Я грязный. Вот.
Что?
Ну прям серьезно грязный. Ну хорошо. So I have a classmate here right now, or no classmates, I'm sorry, another painters. They used to be my classmates a long time ago. So I'm going to take a little break. I'm gonna get that fixative, that hairspray. We just throw the spray on there, and we're just gonna throw a pigment finally, right? So let me get clean myself a little bit. It might be in a half an hour. Depends on how far the closest store is, and then it's going to be painting. So I'll see you soon. Take care.